guys, Deborah from House of Eclectic here. We are here today making a large scale photo collage. It's a great way to display all of the photos that you love but might not necessarily want to put in a frame. So give me just a second here. I am going to grab this link so that we can share it and get a few of you watching. So for this project you will need a large foam core, big stack of pictures. I always wait until Shutterfly does like a big 100 free prints or something like that, and then I order all of them at the same time. Okay, let's see if I can do this, guys. Copy link. I did it. Couldn't do it last video. Struggles. So I always wait until Shutterfly does like a 100 free print thing, and then I go ahead and I order 100 of my favorite prints that have happened in our life, so that I can go ahead and do one of these. So this is actually the third one I've made since we got married. So right now I am working on so the first one doesn't have my second daughter in it, which makes her sad. So we're going to try and replace it with a new one that does have pictures of her in it. Still, the thing that I love about this is that I always feel like once your kids pass the age that they're in, like you don't have those photos up anymore. And I always hate that because some of those are my very, very favorite pictures. So the nice thing about a large collage like this is that you can keep photos from years ago still out without it looking, funny that your kids are 5 years younger than they really are. Hang on, I'm just trying to get this set up so that we've got people watching us so we can go ahead and do this. There we go. Okay, so those of you just joining us, we are making a large scale photo collage. They're really easy to make. I bet we'll get it all done in the hour that we have today. Super easy, super fun. You'll need a large foam core. You could do it with any kind of foam core if you wanted. You want foam core, not poster board. Poster board's not going to be sturdy enough for this. You want a large foam core. I like black. They do make, sorry about that. My phone is trying to tell me that it needs to update. I just barely got a new phone yesterday. And I love it. Super, super, super cool new phone. I got the new Galaxy 8. I don't know if you guys have ever played around with that one, but I love it. Although I think my phone's smarter than me. Probably is. I'm okay with it. So we are just sharing this around a little bit. Get a few more of you on so we can do this project all together. Promise I'm not ignoring you. I may look like I am, but I'm not. Okay. Let's see. We've shared it a couple of times. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this. It's a super cute, super easy project. I've made it a few times before. I love it. Here, I'll show you the ones that I have made so you can kind of get an idea of what we are doing. So this is the first one that I made when my oldest daughter was like 3. I think, do you see that? See how there's this, lots of pictures. You kind of get a glimpse of your entire life with one of these collages, which I absolutely love. So lots of pictures. This is one I made a few years later after my daughter was born. I tried to keep the photos mostly their actual size on this one. I don't know if I like that as well, so I think we're going to try it the first way today. But there you go, cute pictures. That's what we're making today. If you want to see it again, let me know and I will show you. It's not something I can leave out. I need the table space. So we are going to go, and the first thing you need to do is select pictures. So I like to just, like I said, wait until Shutterfly is having a 100 free prints thing, and then order a bunch of pictures so you can kind of see how everything's going to look, because you may love a picture but it may not look good on your particular collage. So hang on. So you're probably gonna use more like 40 or 50, but I like to have a full 100 so you can kind of see, change things out, see what it's gonna be. Now I mostly shoot vertical. My husband makes fun of me for it all the time. Like apparently that's just my thing, I shoot vertical. So that's mostly what we're gonna be working with today, with a few horizontals. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is go through your pictures and pick your favorites. So I'm gonna show you kind of what I look for in a picture when we are picking it. I like a photo like that. You see, cute. We can always crop a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna put this one in our saved pile. You can do seasonal if you want. I like to include like our Christmas pictures and our Halloween pictures just because that is part of our life. So there's my girls with Santa, matching Christmas dresses. You're gonna see a big theme here as we start this. I match my kids a lot. One day they're gonna grow up and be like, Mom, how come all of our clothes matched? Because your mom liked it. So cute picture like that. So I guess probably the better thing to do is to tell you why I wouldn't choose a picture. So let me see if I can find an example of why I wouldn't choose a picture. See, more Halloween. Love the Halloween photos. Oh, my cute girls. So this one I think is rather far away. So I might not choose this one. So I'm gonna put that one aside. Since we're gonna have to, I like it when they're close. You can always crop them down with your cutting paper cutter. There we go, there's the word. So I'm gonna pull some of these out. I do like to try and make sure that most of the pictures have both of my kids in them, or that most of them are, or that there's an even number of pictures that have both kids in them, because I don't know about your kids, but my kids are gonna get up there and they're gonna count how many times each person's in the photo. So I'm just going through, picking photos that I want or don't want. This one's going in the don't want pile. I do like to include some past family photos because, you know, eventually those come off the wall and I like to be able to see what we looked like. So cute pictures. The nice thing about this is you get an opportunity to include candidates that you might not frame on the wall. Cute picture of my daughter riding her horse. Actually, I don't think that's the horse she rides anymore. She rides Bailey. Her horse is named Bailey. We don't own him. That would be a lot of money. But Bailey is a horse that she's ridden every week for a long time now. Okay, so like this, I think that's a little far away. I don't think that's gonna look super good on the big format collage. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one aside. Another reason you might not choose a photo, this is actually one of my favorite photos. If you can't see, we're all reading Harry Potter together. But I actually have this one blown up on like an 18 by 24 canvas that hangs on my wall all the time that I don't ever have plans of taking down. So this one might not be a good one to put on there since it's something that I already have on my wall. Okay, so we're narrowing down. And obviously you're not gonna wanna put two of like the same thing on there. You see this one of us standing. I like this one a little bit better, closer up on our faces. So we're gonna keep that one in the pile. You know, if you do end up with pictures of like similar looks, like, you know, the same family photo shoot, you might just wanna separate them on your collage so they're not all together. So I've broken it down a little bit. We're gonna have to break it down even a little bit more as we get going here. Oh, cute little BB-8. Look at that little BB-8. We love our Star Wars in our house. So the question is, would you use this one with both girls in it and the BB-8? You know, it's totally up to you, but you might want to separate them a little bit in the collage. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of pictures of my kids, and they're even matching at the zoo. We match everywhere, just what we do. Okay, so the first thing you are going to want to do after you have selected your photos, you know, and you don't have to like select all right away. You can kind of, you're going to kind of be able to see what's going to fit and what's not going to be able to fit as we get going here. There's my cute little reader reading Harry Potter. So, we are going to start up in the corner. You are not gluing anything yet so that you can change things around if you need to. If you look in the description, it will tell you what kinds of things we are using. plus the foam core, so you kind of have an idea of what we're gonna do here. Okay, so we are gonna start up. Can you guys see the corner? Right. No, you guys still can't see the corner. Let me scooch you out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so you're just gonna kind of set your photos out like this, and then you are gonna start placing photos. You can leave them their size or you can crop them down. It's totally up to you. I brought a paper cutter up here so we can crop them down. We'll kind of see how we feel about it as we go. You want a good mix of horizontal and vertical photos so that it's not everything, it doesn't look, you know, all the same. So this is a good pattern. I don't know if you can see this. Let's get a different photo here. So this is a good pattern to follow if you want. Do you see how I've got the 2 horizontals and 2 verticals and they're kind of like that? So if you want to pattern it, you can totally do that. You want to make it more, this one right here is a little more hodgepodge, but I actually really like it. So you see how it's like, they're kind of just made so it would fit. That makes it a little bit less, so there's a little bit less measuring involved, which might be really good for, you know, someone who hates the measuring part, which is probably me, won't lie. So we are gonna cut some of these down, I think. So I've just got a paper trimmer. I mean, you can do it with scissors, but I promise you a paper trimmer is gonna be faster, a little bit more comfortable on your fingers, and more accurate. So I've got my paper trimmer here. Try and get pictures with you know, focus, with the objects, the people in the photos a little bit bigger. That way you won't have to do so much trimming down. Hang on, struggles. Okay, so like this one, I might trim a little bit of the rock and stuff out just to make it a little bit more square, a little bit. You could trim them all square if you wanted to. I think it would be a little bit harder to do that just because of the way the photos are. Okay. Okay, I am just sharing this to my timeline again. See if we can't get a few more of you on with us. Okay, so we are, just those of you just joining us, we are making a large scale collage. So this one's a perfect example to show why we would trim that down. There's a lot of headspace right here, but I love this picture, so we definitely want to include it. So I'm just gonna get that on there, trim it down. Woo. If I could trim straight, that would be great. Okay, there we go. So trim it, woo, throwing pictures. Trim it down so that the focus, you want the focus on each photo in this collage to be really on the people. So we're gonna go ahead and trim some of these down as we go. So I'm gonna move these. Like I said, you can pattern them if you want. I'm not going to. I'm kind of do my own thing here as we go, which I like. I'm gonna trim some of the headspace off this one, and then maybe we'll start with that one. Okay. Trim the headspace off. You just, you know, you want more room for more pictures that you love instead of trees, you know. So we're gonna stick that one up in the corner, and we are just gonna start working out from there. So let's find another picture that we love that's ready to go. Oh, cute, cute kiddos. Oh, look at that cute little one. So this one we're just gonna give a little tiny bit of a trim to, and then we'll stick that one next to it. This is when my kids were in their flower crown phase. They made flower crowns out of everything. Okay, so that one's next to it. Can you see those two in this corner here? You're not gluing anything down right now, so you can change everything if you decide that you want to change your mind. Like this one, I don't think there's much I want to trim off of that. So we're just going to go ahead and stick it there. This one we can trim a little bit off on the side, so we're going to go ahead and do that. You just, like I said, you just want to make room for, you know, photos that you love instead of blank space. So we are going to, we're going to trim a little bit of this one down. Make sure you trim them straight. This one I think I'm going to trim a little from the top too. If you're going to start trimming them, it's better to like really trim them because you want it to look purposeful. You want it to look like the design was something you did on purpose. So can you see as I'm laying them out here at the bottom? So you just are going to lay it out, make it something that you love, and then we will Mod Podge everything on. Okay, so like I said, you can include pictures from the same time, same event. You're just gonna want to make sure that you separate them on your poster board, your foam core. Okay, so you just see, we're just gonna keep going like this. Super easy right now. And like this one, I'm actually gonna cut this bottom part of her body off. It's just, you know, a white shirt. There's no point in keeping all of that when we could have something else on. So like I said, I just usually wait until Shutterfly or another place has like 100 free print thing. They usually do them around holidays, you know, print your Easter photos or print your 4th of July photos. So then that is a perfect way to get all of the images that you need for a project like this. So cute 4th of July girls. I'm just gonna sit and talk to you as we trim these down and get this all set up the way we want it. So you can keep them, and the second collage I did a couple years ago, I kept all the photos the original 4x6 size. I just didn't end up loving that as much as I wanted to. So this way, doing it this way where you trim them all down, like it kind of gives you the freedom to make it look any way you want. So, which I love. Okay, oh, Santa's off center. Let's fix that. So tell me where you're tuning in from today. I am in Utah. There we go, cute little Santa. We'll put him right there. Can you see that what I'm doing here? Okay, we're gonna have to scoot some of these out of the way so we can get our, so, you know, we got pictures of, you know, this is what I love about these collages. You can do candid photos, you know, photos that you maybe would not usually hang up on your wall. So this one I really love, and there's not much to cut down, so we're just going to do that one full size. And this one we can cut down a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Like I said, you just want to cut them down so that, you know, you have more space for what you love on there. This is my sweet little baby. Just got to have her tonsils out in a couple of weeks. I think that's going to be a little bit of a nightmare. So there we go, just like that. So you just keep putting them on. Let's see, we are gonna put cute little Christmas dresses. I want to put them away from Santa with the Christmas dresses because they're wearing the same thing. You don't have to, it just will be a little more aesthetically pleasing if you do. So I'm gonna trim off the bottom of their feet. Maybe we'll put them right down there. So now we've got a full line going of this, so we're just going to keep going, trimming photos, putting them on, that kind of thing right now. And then I will show you how to finish it. So this is just foam core. I think it's 30 by 40 foam core. So it's about the biggest that they make, which you see this, the problem here, since I cut this down, there's now going to be this big gap of black space, which we don't really want. So I'm going to move this somewhere else. Maybe up here. Cute, cute. And then this one, I think in order to fill the space, we're going to need something that is full size. So let's look for a photo that we don't want to trim down and put it there. So this one I love. My cute little girls dressed as BB and Ray. I think that would go perfect right there. See? Now we don't have so much black space. There. Okay, so now we've got 2 full rows done. We're just gonna keep going across the foam core here. Cute little baby bell. Let's see, where can you go, little baby bell? So this is where it starts to get tricky. You've got to cut things so that they fit a little bit, and you know, this part is a little bit easier if you keep all the photos the same size, but like I said, not my jam. I like them a little bit different. So this, if we cut down a little bit, will fit right there. So one of the biggest reasons I love these collages around my house is because I get to keep out photos that I maybe wouldn't normally keep out. Normally you have the nice ones, you know, their school pictures or the nice family photos and stuff like that. And this gives you the chance to have a little bit more than that. Okay, so we've cut her down a little bit, so she'll fit perfect right there on her horse. So my kiddos are horse obsessed. So my oldest, she gets to ride. The youngest is a little too young right now. They don't usually like them to start riding until they're about 5, which just like breaks her heart every day. Hi Lisa, it's good to see you. We are making a large scale photo collage. So let me show you this one. Smaller behind me. So this is, those of you that are just joining us, this is what we're making today. Large scale photo collage, perfect for your wall. Perfect way to display pictures that you normally wouldn't display everywhere, which I love because I love to take pictures of my kiddos, especially dress up pictures if you can't tell. So we're going to trim this cute little bell reading her book down just a little bit. So right now we are just, I'm on 30 by 40 foam core, and we are just trimming pictures down, getting them to fit where we like them on the foam core. Okay, so let's see, what do we have next? Like I said, I am pretty much a vertical shooter. Drives my husband crazy. He's always telling me that I need to take more horizontal pictures, but I really like shooting in vertical. So that's what I do. So cute picture, my little girl in the snow. This is gonna be perfect up here on this corner. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can move it down. You see how there's that black space right there. So I'm not gonna trim this one too much because I love the look of the snowy trees behind her. So this is just, I mean, all your snapshots from your phone. Pull them all out, print them all up, and make this super cute collage. I hang 2 of these on my wall at the same time. But one of the big reasons I'm making a 3rd one right now is because it breaks my 3-year-old's heart that she's not in this first collage that I just showed you. She's not in any of it because she wasn't born yet. And it absolutely like devastates her that she's not in this collage. So cute one to trim just a little bit off the top. We're trimming headspace. You just want more room to do cute things on there. You're not gluing anything down right now. So when we are done, you can look at it and go, oh, that works, that doesn't work. You know, you don't want to stick yourself with something that's not going to work. So you need a good variety of horizontal and vertical. I really struggle with having a good variety of horizontal and vertical, but we'll call it good. Okay, so I've got a big pile of pictures here, just going through. Yes, Lorraine, you do need one in your house. So Lorraine is a good friend of mine, and I have a ton of pictures of her kiddos. We should just put a whole bunch of them on there. So I'm going to move, as I work this way on the collage, I'm going to move you guys this way so you can see. See my big pile of crazy pictures here? Okay, so we like to dress up a lot in our house. See, there's my little Buzz Lightyear. This one is pretty, there's lots I can trim, so I bet I can make it fit here, even though it's a vertical, and that was kind of a horizontal spot. So, trimming it down. Usually I have my little sidekick with me, but I moved my shows earlier, and so she's still in school, and that just like, she can't wait till to be out of school so she can do shows with us again. which I can't wait either. It's always fun to have someone to bounce. See, so we got that one down. Perfect there. So we might pull, I'm gonna pull this one down. So, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this. I like trimming them down so I can get more on. I mean, if you look at my two, here, I'll stand up and show them to you. If you look at my two collages, I got way more photos on the one where I cut it down than the one where I kept all the photos the same like this. You see how there's a lot more on the other one? So you can keep them all the same. It will go faster if you keep them all the same. But I like the variety, so that's what we're going with today. So this whole project, if you, so I got the foam core at a craft store with a 40% off coupon. Yes, Lorraine says this would be awesome with the square Instagram prints you can do. That would be a fabulous, it would make it look really uniform and really nice. I would love that. Okay, so where are we going next? Here. Okay, cute picture, kiddos. There's not a ton of headspace there. It's pretty much all kiddos in there. So I'm gonna just go ahead and lay that one down. So now I need something that I can cut a little bit more square here. So this is a good one. Got lots of headspace, lots of foot space. So you want the focus to be all on the people. So that will work great. You see how that fit right in there? Okay, let's go back up to the top here and start the next line. We're about halfway through our board now. We're not gluing anything down, so when the entire thing's done, we'll be able to step back, look at it, make sure it looks like we want it to. I have this kind of little funky space here, something I need to be able to crop down. I love, this is a picture of my daughter last season about to score a goal. It's one of her favorite photos. It's her favorite photo because I don't know if you can see this little goalie in the background. She looks so happy right now. Sophie says she only looks happy because she doesn't know I'm about to score on her. So she's, I don't know, I've talked a lot, we were just looking at pictures of my kids' extracurriculars, so we've talked a lot about that today. I don't know what your kids are in. My oldest does soccer and horseback riding, what she loves. Like seriously, I can't even tell you how jealous I am of the horseback riding. I wanted to ride horses so bad as a kid. But it's, I'm being really honest, it's kind of expensive. It's something that was suggested to us as a way to help her. She's a little bit of a, what's the word to use? She frustrates easily. She gets scared easily. So it was something that was suggested to us to help her not, you know, to be able to push through it being hard. And it's really helped in something that she's loved doing. So we're going to go ahead and, so you kind of, even though we're not doing it in a patterned way, you do get yourself stuck in a little bit of a pattern here just because of how things need to fit. So we're going to stick this one up here. Okay, where are we at now? Let's see if we can trim down my little BB-8 here a little bit. Those of you that are just joining us, we are making a large scale photo collage. They are 30 by 40. I hang them in, I have a big, huge wall in my dining room that is, you know, just, there's a lot of space on it. So I usually hang two collages right next to each other, which I love. So I'm making today, this is the third one I've made over the 10 years that we've been married. And I'm making this to replace one of the collages that doesn't have any pictures of my second child in it. And that always makes her so sad. So we've trimmed that down. That's going to fit. Oh, you know what? Can you see this right here? Let me move this so you can see it. You see this? I don't want to do this. That's same little girl, two places right in a row. And I mean, you can, like, this is the same little girl, two in a row, and it doesn't look so bad. But these, she looks so similar in those photos. I don't think that is going to work well for me. So one of my biggest challenges, let me come back here so you can see my face. One of my biggest challenges in making these collages is my girls are really far apart in age. They are 3 and 8, which, you know, it's not a big deal. They love each other and stuff, but it also makes their height differences really big, especially since my oldest daughter is very tall for her age. She's like 90th percentile tall. So sometimes if I'm not careful, in photos they end up really, really far apart, and then it's hard to crop them down to make them look good in a collage like this. You want faces close together, so just crop down this picture of our family at, you know, and I don't love that there. See, and that's a good part of doing it this way, is you can kind of mix things around, see what you like. So we're gonna try cropping this one down. So this is a little bit of a bigger space, so I don't think I wanna crop it down quite so much there. Sorry, I've got a little frog in my throat today, apparently. I feel like I talk fast. My husband says whenever I get on Facebook Live, I start talking extremely fast. So this one, I just cropped their feet off a little bit. Cute picture of my kiddos and their daddy on Father's Day last year. So, and that fits great in there. Do you see how that fit well in there? Whew. So now we're gonna keep going down the line. We're about halfway through. I'm gonna push these down a little bit. So I would say the biggest thing you wanna do is make sure you get your favorite photos on there. So you want this to be something that you're gonna look back on and love. Okay, so I'm gonna scooch through some of these pictures. And I'm gonna pull this one out of my oldest daughter. This is one I love of her, so we're gonna make sure that that gets on here. I think I'm not even gonna crop that down. I'm just gonna stick it up there. That was when she was a flower girl in her aunt's wedding. My kiddos were lucky. They got to be flower girls twice in like a 2-week period, because one of my husband's sister got married and then my brother got married. So they thought they were having the time of their life there. Here's my little Miss Frizzle. So we're gonna cut out some of the headspace for Miss Frizzle there. Cute little Miss Frizzle. Any of you guys Magic School Bus fans? I've got my children obsessed with it, and I'm pretty okay with that. I like that a lot, actually. This one, we actually are probably gonna crop down quite a bit, maybe above her arms, to give us a little bit of a skinnier photo. So that was Valentine's Day last year. Every now and then Mom gets in on the matching action too. Do you guys like to match your kids? I have like matching problem. My husband always mocks me because I really like it when they all match. Okay. So this isn't gonna fit here. Let me move this a little bit so you can see as we get, that's not gonna fit here, but I can always take this one out and then put a little bit bigger photo there. Let's find a bigger photo that we love. So this is all about, for me, I just want to be able to see these cute pictures of my kiddos, even after they've, you know, you always end up changing your photos out, and I miss them. Like, I miss these darling photos of my kids on Christmas and things like that. So, we are going to see if I can just find one that I love here. Well, I love them all, but there's some that I love a little bit more than others. Okay, well, my cute little BB-8 fit there. That'll give us a little bit bigger space for a photo. Oh, look at my cute little Jack Skellington. She needs to go on there. My kids are Nightmare Before Christmas obsessed. Like, obsessed. They love The Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, so you see how like that, none of those worked, and I had to kind of reconfigure. So 2 little square ones ended up working there perfectly. So we're gonna put our Star Wars. We have dressed up like Star Wars for the last 2 years in a row for Halloween, our whole family. I love themed costumes. I'm sure my kids are gonna rebel against me one day, but until they do, I'm gonna go for it. Cute little bell on the library stairs. I'm gonna keep that all because I like that background. I mean, that was part of the reason why we took that picture the way we did, was so that it would have the cute library background. So, okay, we're gonna add my little BB-8 right there. See? Now you're just gonna keep working. Don't glue anything down yet because you might want to change it at the end here. So I'm just gonna stand up and move down. Find photos that I love here. Okay, so I want my cute little Jack Skellington in there. I don't think I want to crop much off of her, so we're just gonna maybe stick her here and then find something that we've cropped a little bit for up there. Okay. Yeah, I like my kids, seriously. I sometimes feel bad for them. I love to match so much that even their swimsuits match. One day they're gonna realize how ridiculous their mom is, but so far they still think I'm pretty awesome, so I'm gonna run with that. Okay, cute little superheroes. We're gonna cut this one down just a little bit. Cut off this rock. Cut a little bit off the top here. Maybe not, let's look how it goes. See, that looks pretty good right there. So we're gonna leave that there. I'm gonna turn this a little bit so you can see how it's going. Like I said, you don't have to crop any of your photos down. You can leave them all completely full size, but I want to be able to get more photos on my collages. So I'm cutting them down. Let's see. Oh, here's my beautiful girl. Let's go ahead and put that one there. Okay. We're gonna, this is a cute one of my kids on Christmas Eve last year that I love. My girls are so sweet to each other. I just adore them. The little one has to have her tonsils out in a couple of weeks, and I have a feeling that's gonna be rough. But, okay, so one of the easiest way to separate them is to make a pile of your horizontals and a pile of your verticals. That will kind of let you know what you need next. So this is my, she's actually wearing my shirt from when I was little in that photo. Okay, super cute Star Wars photo. It's gonna go perfect right here. I'm gonna trim the end a little bit. You want focus on faces, not on background. It's one of the big keys to a collage like this. Focus on faces, not on backgrounds. Okay. Oh, I'm loving how you see the bright pops of color all over. And that's one of the best ways to, when you want to make sure that, you know, that's why you want to make sure that none of the photos are similar that are next to each other, so that you get those bright fun pops of colors. So since I put this cute one of them on Christmas Eve on there, I'm going to go ahead and set that one aside because we don't want that one. Okay, we have quite a few of them as Ray. I do love this one of hers, Belle. We might chop that one down and put that on there, even though there's a similar one on there, because I would just be sad. Okay, my cute little Jasmine with her little Raja. She's got to go on there. Gonna trim that down. And now we're just gonna start from the bottom on this one. Move this over. Okay, so we've almost got this laid out, and then we will take the next step in getting it all ready to go. You want to make sure, I've kind of done this as I've gone, that my pictures have gotten a little bit further apart as I've gone out, so you want to make sure you don't do that. Or else it's going to look a little funny when it's on the wall. Okay, so now we're down to this stack of photos. Okay, I'm gonna grab a few more to start with. Oh my gosh, look at this little one where she's posing. That one's gotta go on there. Okay, so we're gonna trim these down. This one I think I'm gonna trim down to go here, maybe, we'll see. Trim down. Everything I'm using today to make this super cute collage is in the description of the show, so you can totally make one yourself. These are so easy to make. They're fantastically easy. So I don't want this one here. You see how much I'm going to end up with this weird black space here. So I think I'm going to need a horizontal to fill that space. So we're going to put this one up here. And we're going to grab my stack of horizontals and see which one we can fill that space with. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with this one, trimming some off the top. This is from my sister-in-law's wedding, my husband's sister. So we're gonna trim that off. See, that's when they were cute flower girls in the other wedding. So they're cute little blue dresses. So we're gonna trim that off the top, and then that one will just go right there. You see? Okay, let's keep going through these photos. So the hardest thing I think about this is deciding what photos to use. But a lot of that you can do when you order the photos. Like I said, I order about 100 photos, and then, you know, you use a good portion of that, but not all of it. So you can kind of decide and cut down again. See what we want to do here. See, our problem is going to be this area right here. It's going to be really funky to get. Now I can either do another horizontal photo on top, or I can try and find something skinnier. So I think I want to try and find something skinnier. So let's try and find something we can cut down. Probably something with one kid in it, or maybe we can get this one in there. Let's try and get that one in there. Okay. My kids love the movie Elf, so they have one has a thing that says they're cotton-headed Mindy Muggins, and the other one has one that says Smiley is my favorite on it. So we're gonna cut this down to try and get that in that corner. For those of you that I just saw a bunch of you hop on, for those of you that are just joining us, we are making a large scale photo collage for your wall. Let me show you the examples of the ones I've done before. So this is one that has all the pictures the same size. They're about 30 by 40. So they do take up a big, I mean, they're definitely, this one's where they're cut down a little bit more. This is definitely a statement piece for your house. And you know what, my kids, like, I think it's probably one of their very favorite things that hangs on our wall. Okay, you see how we cut that one down and it fits great in there? So I'm gonna trim a little bit of headspace off, and then we'll stick that one there. So this, we've kind of worked ourselves into a little bit of a hole here, where we're gonna have to cut some ones skinny or use horizontals. Either way, but like I said, let me push my tablecloth down here so I can keep working. So the biggest part of this is finding, you know, deciding which photos you love that you want on your wall forever. It's just my personal preference. I mean, it doesn't have anything, you know, you can do whatever you want. I tend to do just our immediate family in these collages, just because, I don't know why. I have a few, it always seems like whenever someone comes over, they're always sad, but they're not in the collage. So it always seems to make it a little bit easier to just do our immediate family. But you can do whatever you want. Okay, cute little bell. We're gonna cut off some of that headspace there. Oh, I love the color of the trees in this one. So square ones are gonna give you a little bit more mobility, I think. So it always gets a little bit harder the closer you get to the end here. It's gonna be a little bit harder to fill in. Not impossible, just harder. Okay, let's find one that I don't want to crop down. This cute little bell I don't want to crop down. But now I don't want this bell. Let's put bell here. Apparently I sing to myself while I craft a lot. My kids tell me that all the time and I didn't know. See, I'm ending up with this funky black space here. Do you see that? So maybe what we're gonna do is I'm gonna trim the bottom of this one just to make it sit a little bit further down so that I can pull this one a little bit further down so that the black space isn't so, still kind of funky. Thoughts, opinions to make that not funky? We'll see. Okay, I like to do most of the pictures in here have both my kiddos in them. You definitely don't have to do that though. All about that base, cute little outfits. We're getting an entire like memory row thing of my kids in the last 2 years here. So So we're gonna put that one there. Okay, so we're almost done. Like I said, like if you notice as I've gone along, my photos have gotten further spaced out. So you want to try and not do that. You want them to still be as spaced out as they were at the beginning over here, which is, it's harder because you're trying to make things fit and work. And so I shoot mostly vertical pictures. It drives my husband crazy. But you definitely need a good mix for this. If you end up with all vertical or all horizontal pictures, it's going to be really hard to fit it all in unless you're doing it completely symmetrical. Okay, where did my horizontal ones go? I had a stack of horizontal ones. Okay, there's a couple of cute horizontal ones. So horizontal make it so that you can get into those little extra spaces that you can't, you wouldn't normally be able to get into. So I'm gonna put this horizontal here, and then I'm gonna cut down a photo to fit in this little crevice here, which this one's just of my older daughter, so that one will be easy to get to fit into that crevice. Her dress is Luna Lovegood. I call her my little Luna, so she had to. Well, and we were super lucky. She got to meet. What's her name? Her name just escaped me. The girl who plays Luna Lovegood in the movies. She was thrilled to get to meet her last year. So, okay, so that fits really good there. Then we are we're almost done. We've almost got this laid out, and then we'll go ahead and get it secured down. I love this one. Seriously, I think the hardest part is choosing the photos because there are so many that I don't want to miss. Okay, so now I need something more square. Will that fit there? Perfect. Okay, so now I've just got this last corner left, and then we are ready to get going on securing this down. Okay. Where's my cute little one in her blankie? That's got to go on there somewhere. So I think we're going to want to cut that down, or we're not going to have room for another one, and we're going to end up with some funky space. Let's cut that one down a little more on the top. Okay, so that's going to go right there, and now we have room for another square one right above it. So let's find something else we can cut into a square. These cute little ones of them just for St. Patrick's Day I think will work great. We're going to cut from the top first because they have cute little green glittery pants on. I want to keep as much of that in there as possible. Okay, that actually might not work, but that will work great right there. Can you see what I'm doing? Let me turn this a little bit. Hi Diane, good to see you. If you guys are just joining us, we're making a large scale photo collage for your wall. Let's see how much. Okay, that one, it doesn't look like I need to cut that one down a little bit, so I need to find something that I don't want to cut down to go there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one just down a little bit on the foot space. Get it to fit a little bit better in here. Cute little girls in their pumpkins. Okay, you see how we are down to this little teeny tiny corner? It's going to be so fantastic. We're almost there. So this top part, we either are going to need squares or horizontals. That's why it's really important to have both, or you're going to end up both horizontals and verticals, or you're going to end up with a bunch of space that you can't fill. So I'm going to cut that one down a little bit. Actually, what I think I'll do, cut this one down. So faces close together are easy to cut into squares. Or you could use your Instagram photos. I mean, that would be fantastically easy to use your Instagram photos. Cute little girls there. So I need 2 more photos, 2 more squares. Man, it is hot where I am today. Okay, I'm going to cut down. If it's just their one little person's little face, then it's way easy to cut into a square. So we are going to see if that works. Right there, perfect. One last photo, guys. One last photo. you can mourn all the photos that you weren't able to fit on. Let's see. This cute little Cinderella one I think will work great. Cut into a square. Doesn't have to be exact. Nothing about this one is exact. I've done an exact one before. I didn't think it was as much fun. But okay, there we go. Do you see it? Collage is all laid out. It's ready to go. So the next trick we do, you've got your Mod Podge. This is gonna go fast, guys. This was the hard part. The hard part is done. Mod Podge, foam brush, dip it into the Mod Podge. Pick up your first photo. You're going to do this photo by photo so that you don't lose your design. Now, secure the photo. I like using a roller. Not necessary. You don't have to. I just feel like it helps keep the bubbles out. Oh, we've got a baby. You say hi? No, she can't say hi, guys. She's my shy one. The other one's all about live videos. What did you do? Nothing? You coming to say hi to us? Okay, so we're just gonna go piece by piece.
What are you doing, Mom?
What am I doing? I'm doing a live video. What are you doing? Nothing? She's not doing anything. You see, I can't see your comments as far away as from you guys as I am. It's cold in Virginia right now. VA is VA, Virginia. Is that sad that that was a struggle for me? I have a brother in Maryland.
I'm okay.
You're okay? She's okay. Okay. So you fell off the chair?
Mm-hmm.
You are going to want, let me use this. You're going to want something underneath that Mod Podge. Because, trust me, Mod Podge doesn't come off. Like, it's insanity, Mod Podge. Okay, so we're just going piece by piece, securing these photos down. Piece by piece. The 3-year-old has come to join us. She usually hangs out with her Nana but Nana cracked her rib yesterday, so Nana's got to go to the doctor.
Nana's going to the doctor.
Yep, Nana's going to the doctor. So just face down, a little bit of Mod Podge. Well, you want to use the smallest amount that you can. The more Mod Podge you put on there, the longer it's going to take to dry. And the more likely you are going to get air bubbles. And you definitely don't want air bubbles. You lost it? Are you okay? So she's been hanging out with Nana until now. Now Nana's got to go to the doctor for that cracked rib. So she lost it again, guys. She is still in jammies because she will not get dressed. Huh? Will you get dressed today? You will get dressed today? She's been fighting me all morning. She didn't want to get dressed. And sometimes it's just not worth the fight. Okay, so those of you just joining us, we are making a large-scale photo collage. We have picked out all the photos, we have trimmed them, and now we are, and we'll set them out, and now we are securing them down. Let's see. Just checking on, seeing if you guys have any questions. So you can do it right on top of the thing, but then you're going to want to make sure that you don't get excess to the edges. So I am using matte Mod Podge. Huge fan of matte Mod Podge. I used to be a huge fan of the gloss because I am a glossy girl. I like my glitter and things like that. But the gloss just isn't going to look as good on your wall. It's going to end up with, you're going to end up with shine, and it's going to be harder to see the photos. So you definitely want matte. If you don't have matte, you have gloss or glitter or whatever other Mod Podge you like to use. There's a link to it in the description. So I'm just going down.
Mom,
What?
I want to show you something.
What do you want to show me? So my
Mom,
3-year-old
this
is.
is my vanilla soap.
No way. Where did you find that?
My bowl.
She is obsessed with little bars of soap. Like Lego soap, Lil's Pet Shop soap. You see, I got a little bit of Mod Podge right there on the front, and that's going to show. So you want to be able to, even though we're going to do Mod Podge over the top of it, it will show in the end. So you've got to be really careful. Let me see if I can do it this way. So I use Shutterfly for these photos. If I am printing commercially, I really like Shutterfly. I feel like their photos come out with the truest colors. I use a professional printer most of the time
Mom,
if it's going to go big and on my wall. But for these little ones, I thought Shutterfly did a great job. So I'm trying to think of who else I've used. I love also, if you don't mind having them shipped to you, I guess Shutterfly ships too. If you don't mind having it shipped for you, I love Persnickety prints. I think they are fantastic. So the more you keep it on the photo, the better it's going to be. So just the back of the photo, thin coat of matte Mod Podge. That little noisemaker. What's wrong? You're hearing the 3-year-old in the background. She's been with Nana up until this point, but Nana just had to go to the doctor. So. Hey, Missy, you're moving my project.
sorry, Mom.
It's okay. Did you hear that? Sorry, Mom.
I can't open it.
You can't open it? Okay. I will open it for you. Give me just 2 seconds, okay? There you go.
Thanks, Mommy.
You're so welcome, honey. Okay, now I've got to fix it a little bit. Just pick it up. It's okay. I gotta.
No, you get it. I can't get it.
No, you get it.
No, I can't get it.
Okay. They're gloss photos. I haven't noticed. Someone asked if they are matte photos or if they're gloss photos. I haven't noticed a problem with having gloss photos. I mean, you could use matte, but the gloss have worked really great for me. I like how smooth the Mod Podge goes on their surface. I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer to me over here so that I can see your questions. Or I'm going to throw my phone down. That works too. You know, brand new phone. Where do we purchase a board like that? I got mine at Hobby Lobby. Michael's is going to have any craft store. So this one is the biggest one that they make, which is 40 by 30. See if I can get you guys back in there. Thank you, Rhonda, for sharing my video. Sorry, guys, that it's all sickeningly awful to watch at the moment. Oh my gosh. I can't get it back in the tripod. Hang on just a second. Let's see if we can do this again. Sorry to make it sickening to watch. Did I do it? Darn it. Okay, I might be holding it, guys. I'm not sure why my tripod's all of a sudden flaking out on me. I probably just wanted to make you guys all sick.
What's that?
Where's what?
What's that?
Oh, man. I swear, there's always something, right? There's always, like, I swear, I think I've thought of everything. Well, guys, I'm going to be holding it. I can't get it back into the tripod. So, let's see if maybe we can get this darn tripod kicking our butt today. So, here we can get you a little bit closer to the project so you can see that they're gloss photos. I am using matte Mod Podge. You see that? So, I think it's because I've got a pop socket on my phone. Have you guys used a pop socket before? Yes. Oh, dang it. Yes, Bethany, we will be using a coat to the top yet, but not yet. Don't. Oh, guys, it's going to stay. It's a miracle. So, we are using a coat of Mod Podge for the top, but we're not doing it yet. You're going to do it all at once at the end. I feel like when you give the project, the underneath Mod Podge time to dry, it works out a little bit better. It doesn't, you don't end up with as many air bubbles or anything like that. So I'm gonna try and move this down in a second so you guys can see the project. Cross your fingers for me that it's not gonna pop out of my tripod again. Okay. So I'm just going. God, it hates me. What is going on? Guys, that was totally my fault. I kicked us off. I can't even blame Facebook, though I'd like to blame them. That was totally my bad. Wow, like, lives have a learning curve, and I'm definitely still learning. Oh, she's loving that she's in the photo, that she's in the... Okay, so we are just securing these down with Mod Podge. There we go, we've got someone back. That was totally my bad, guys. I've had problems with the internet, I've had, you know, other broadcasts, but this one, it was my fault that it got kicked off. I hate that. So I'm just securing this with Mod Podge, pushing everything down. Little one's having the time of her life that she's in the broadcast now. So can you see my board? So I'm just picking up the next, I pick up the next one, add some, are you dancing for them? Hey, why do you have a binky? Binkies are for beds. Someone is a little stinker. Oh, you see Lorraine? She says, hi, hey, hey. We call this one little one Hey Hey after the chicken, the crazy chicken in Moana. Because her name is Haley, huh? Are you Hey Hey? Good girl, you took the binky out. I'm so proud of you. She's still allowed. We're having a hard time getting rid. Oh, thank you. We're having a hard time getting rid of this binky on this one, but she's allowed to have it in bed, but not on any other time. So I'm just going down, adding Mod Podge to the back of each photo as I go. You want to go one at a time so that your photos, they stay in the pattern that you've done. Guys, I'm so sorry. It's totally my fault that I totally pressed the end live button. I swear. You know, I told my husband, I'm breaking everything right now, guys. A couple nights ago, I don't know if you've been on my site recently, Housewife Eclectic. I was showing him, my ad company had asked me to fix something. And I'm not so good with the back end of my blog, but my husband's a web programmer. So I was showing it to him and thinking, you know, he's like, I don't have time to fix it tonight, but I'll fix it this weekend. Life was good. And then I pressed something and broke the entire site. One button, and I broke the entire site. So I'm breaking everything this week. So I'm so sorry if you had to find the broadcast again and jump back on. That was totally my bad. So I am right here and I am just Mod Podging the back of each photo. What are you putting in your mouth? Out. Nope. You're gonna put Legos in your mouth. You're not gonna be allowed to play with Legos. That's the rules. So this is my... You're going to bed? Okay, see ya. You want your binky to take the bed? Okay. Binkies are for beds. You can't use it until you get to your bed, okay? Okay, you hold it first. This is my 3-year-old. She's a little bit of a sassy mama. Okay. So, can you see? There we go. So I will try and connect these two videos together later and probably put them on YouTube. So if you want to watch the whole thing, watch me be a klutz and a dork at the end there. Oh. You know, I love it when Facebook makes a mistake and kicks me off because then I can blame Facebook, but this one was all me. Okay, so I'm just going through each one at a time, Mod Podging. Have a good nap. I'll see you later. And yes, this one does put herself down for a nap. It's kind of amazing. We'll see if she actually does it today or if she's gonna show back up here in a minute. So I've got 2 kiddos. One's in school. She's a 2nd grader. You want the lie down? Hang on just a second. That better? Okay. She doesn't like it when the light's not on the stairs. So, and she's not quite tall enough at 3 to reach the light on the stairs. So she needs a little bit of help from Mom. Okay, so just make sure you go along, secure each one. So a thin coat of matte Mod Podge. Doesn't matter if you use glossy or matte photos, but you definitely want matte Mod Podge, or it's not gonna hold up as well. I feel like you get glares on the gloss. And then it's harder to see the photo in the collage, which ruins the whole point of the collage. So I'm glad some of you have found your way back. I'm so sorry about ending the video. That was totally my bad. When I was trying to get the phone back into the tripod cradle, I hit end video. So that's just breaking things all over the place today. It's funny, I see, so I'm in a Facebook Live rotation. I don't know if any of you guys watch April from Mama Loves Food. She's awesome. She did her cooking show last night. I just joined their rotation, so we do 2 lives a week, each of us. So there's quite a few of us who do the lives all, so each of us go live from where we are in the country. And these women are amazing. There's a few, I think there's a couple of men too that do it, but they are amazing. It's a little intimidating. They never seem to be having the problems that I have, like accidentally ending the live broadcast. But so I am just Mod Podging the back of these. Those of you just joining us, we are making large scale photo collages. So you've got a big foam core, 30 by 40. Uh-oh, we've got tears. This is why we usually need her nanny usually watches her. But what's wrong? I can't understand you when you cry. I don't understand. Is something beeping downstairs?
Yeah.
Honey, I think it's just the dishwasher. I think it's just the dishwasher saying, oh, the dishes are clean. Is it just the dishwasher?
No.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's the dishwasher. So this is Haley.
It's a car.
There's a car.
Yeah, the car beat.
Oh, the car beeped? Well, that's not scary. That's just a toy, silly girl.
What?
So I'm just putting Mod Podge on the back of the... You know what, Lorraine? I would take your baby any day. I'd keep him. I'd keep all your kids. You know what? I have to finish this project first, and then I would be happy to lay down with you. So there was a car. We have a little fire truck downstairs, and apparently it started beeping and it scared her. So she's back up here. So I am just adding Mod Podge to the back of each of these photos. Thin coat of Mod Podge because you don't want it to bubble, that kind of thing. So I'm about halfway. I've got Mod Podge on about half the picture. So we are cruising right along here. I'm going to end up with Mod Podge on my fingers. So this little one here has to have surgery in 2 weeks, huh? She has been, I don't think I've ever really understood the term of like what a sickly child was until this little one. She is a sickly kid. She's sick about every other week with either strep or an ear infection. So 2 weeks from now, they are putting tubes in her ears and taking her tonsils out. And we're hoping that she hasn't slept well since the day she was born. So we are hoping that finally she will sleep through the night. It's rough when your 3-year-old doesn't sleep through the night. Now everyone keeps saying, you know, I wish my 6-month-old would sleep through the night. I wish my toddler would sleep through the night. Okay, I'm glad some of you have found us again. I'm so sorry that I pressed the end button. Totally my bad. Let's blame it on Facebook. It's Facebook's problem. Not really, it was me. So I'm just adding, so we have a large scale foam core board, 30 by 40. I mean, it's big. It's gonna take up a big portion of the wall, which I love. I have a huge wall down by my living room that I hang 2 of them side by side on, which I love having all of the pictures. So one of the best things about this project is that you can display pictures that, you know, normally once your kids pass a certain age, you eventually take those photos down and move on a little bit. But this will allow you to have all those photos from, and it lets you have more candid photos on it too. So like I got a couple of pictures of on here of my daughter playing soccer. Oh, Taylor's actually, that just hopped on. Taylor is my sister-in-law. She's married to my adorable little brother. When I say little, I mean like twice my height, but younger than I am. So Taylor, Kaylee is having surgery. She's just been sick most of her life. I'm sure you've noticed she's always got strep or an ear infection. So she's having her tonsils and her adenoids out. And then at the same time, because they don't want to have to put her under more than once, she's also getting tubes in her ears. So I have really high hopes that she's going to sleep after this. So we'll see. I'll help you find it in a little bit. She's feeling a little nervous about it. You know, we didn't want to be, I've always thought that keeping, you know, things like that from your kid is never, you know, it's just going to teach them to not trust you. So, I mean, we've been very open about the fact that she's having surgery in a little bit. And did you hear that? I don't want them to do my nose. Well, honey, they're going to do your throat and your ears, so no one's doing your nose. But those of you that are just joining us or hopping back on, I'm so sorry. I'm the one who turned off the live video. Totally my bad. I will get the hang of this live thing eventually. So we are just making a large scale photo collage. Let me show you the couple of ones that I've done before. Whoop. So this is more uniform. I didn't cut any of these down. They're all 4x6s. And then this one's more like the one I'm making today, where I've cut the photos down into squares and rectangles, whatever really works to make them look good. So large foam core board, cut all the photos out, lay them all down where you want them, and now we're on the second to last step, which is Mod Podging them into place. So you're just going to Mod Podge thin coat on the back of each thing. So sorry for the noisy toddler in the background. My poor mom, she's got osteoporosis. So I live with her and we help take care of her and everything. Which my kids love. They love being close to grandma and everything, but she just was doing something normal. Like someone threw something in the recycling bin that should have gone in the garbage. So she leaned over the recycling bin to get it out and cracked, I think, 3 ribs. So, she had to leave. She was watching her a little bit earlier, but she's had to leave to go to the doctor. I'm hoping that, you know, there's not much they can do for a cracked rib, so I'm not sure what they're going to do for it, but I'm hoping something. Okay, so we are getting close. Can you see my collage? It's getting, the worst part of this, and I've done this before, is when you think you've got everything punched down and then you lift the collage up and a photo falls off. So that's very frustrating. So make sure you get all the photos. I'm glad some of you were able to find us again. I'm so sorry that I was a dork and turned the live video off. And just Mod Podged my computer. Guys, I'm on a roll today. When I told you I broke my website the other night. So we are almost done. I've only got a few photos left, and then I will show you the last step, guys, and then this is done. I mean, a fast, cute, large scale project for your wall in probably about an hour. So it's all sorts of awesome. So I kind of talked about what I choose for in photos. I like, you know, some photos that I don't want to crop, some that I can crop into a square. What light, honey? Oh no, the lights in her shoes aren't turning on. That is a travesty when you are 3. Okay, let's see where we are. Can you see? I think I've got about 4 or 5 photos left that's still. So this one is obsessed with soap. Lego soap, Littlest Pet Shop soap, real bars of soap. So my dad travels about every week. He spends a lot of time in hotels. And so every single week he brings her back with little bars of soaps from the hotels. This kid's like in heaven. The other day, last night, my husband and I went out to get a treat after the kids were in bed. With, you know, someone was obviously watching the kids at first, so we didn't just leave. But we went out to get a treat with the kids in bed. And I opened my glove box to grab a pen. And there's bars of soaps in my glove box. Not quite sure how they got in there. Okay, we're almost done. And then last step, and then it's done. And then the way I hang these on the wall, you could hang them lots of different ways, I guess. But I like to use 3M strips so that you can move it and, you know, and things like that. If you need to. I'm down to about 5 photos left. And then, so thin coat of Mod Podge on the back of each photo. It's funny, I always think projects are going to be, if I'm doing this without talking through it and just doing it, I can usually do one of these in about a half an hour, I would say. It's funny how much more time it takes me just when I'm chatting. Okay, almost done. Then you're gonna stand it up, make sure no pictures fall off, no corners come up, that kind of thing, and then we will add that top coat. Okay. Almost there. We've got 4 pictures left. Okay, so you see how I accidentally just sprayed Mod Podge on it? It's okay, because we're gonna add a top coat here in just a second, so just spread it out a little bit. And it will be fine. Okay. I will love to help you in just a minute. There's something beeping downstairs. I'm pretty sure it's just the dishwasher, but she's a little nervous about something beeping downstairs. So, okay, 2 pictures left, just my corners here. And we're gonna stand it up and make sure none of the pictures fall off. And add that top coat and we're done. So this for me, I hang 2 of these together at once. This for me is replacing the one that I did before my second daughter was born. She doesn't love that there's a whole collage that doesn't have pictures of her in it. So this one spans, I think this is mostly 2 years. It mostly looks like after my second daughter's first birthday, which is where these pictures are from. Okay, Mod Podge. You guys ready to see if I got them all? Nope, I didn't. Did you see that picture fall off? Because I didn't Mod Podge it. Let's go find it. Okay. Last photo here. What, honey? Okay, get that back in its spot. So that's the best way to make sure that you've Mod Podged the entire thing. Just stand it up, and then you'll be able to see if anything falls off like I just did. Okay, tire collage is almost done. We are just gonna take that foam brush, take that Mod Podge, and you're just gonna go over top, like that. Now you need to make sure you get the entire collage, even in between the photos. So, just gonna go back and forth, back and forth. You just want to secure everything on top. You want to make sure you get that coat nice and thin. If you get a clump of it, it's going to show. So make sure you spread it out. just over those photos. Like I said before, I use matte. You're going to want to use matte on this project. If you don't use matte, the shine is going to take away from those photos, and I don't think that's what you want. So we're just going over top of the photos. This is going to help protect the photos, make the collage last a long time. You know, so this is a really important last step. I like to do it after the photos have been sitting for a minute. So I'm going to start with where I did first and then work up to the corner where I just finished. Yes, honey. Okay, so I'm going all the way down to the corner, even when there's not pictures there. You want it to all look uniform when you are done with this. So all the way down to the corner. Make sure you don't end up with any globs anywhere. All the way down, all the way down. Just make sure you get all over those photos, all over that. So, and obviously it's gonna, you can see the white streaks of the Mod Podge all over the photos. That's gonna dry clear, so don't stress about that. So we've almost got this corner done, and then we're gonna move on. It is going to start to dry clear as you're doing it, so kind of make a note of where you started so you don't accidentally Mod Podge over all the same thing over and over and over again. So we're just Mod Podging away, getting all that covered in a nice coat of Mod Podge. I've got a little piece here. We don't want that on our project. A little piece where it looks like the Mod Podge straight out a little bit. Okay. Go over the photos. You can use a bigger foam brush for this. I just used the one I've been using the whole project, but they do make a wider foam brush that would make this part go a little bit faster. Why are you crying, sweet girl? So I'm just going over each photo in turn. Make sure you get the black parts in between the photo. So we're just going over each photo, going over to the corners, making sure you get all the black parts too. Make sure that there's no globs left on any photo because those will dry and show. As long as you get it a really fine coat over each photo, it will dry completely clear. But the more you glob it on, the more it's going to show. What's wrong, Honey Bunch? What do you need me to find? Uh-oh, she lost a Lego soap. Do you know how hard those little Lego soaps are to find? Okay, I'm almost done with this, okay? And then I would be happy to help you. Okay, so I'm just over in the corner, getting this corner done. Mod Podging the whole thing on top. Okay, up here, get that good coat of Mod Podge on there. Obviously, don't stick the bottle of Mod Podge on your project like I just did. Guys, I'm having a struggle day. Okay, nice coat, nice coat. Nice coat of Mod Podge everywhere. This helps protect the photos. It's definitely something, I mean, it's definitely a necessary last step, for sure. Okay, getting this almost done, and then I will show you what it looks like. It's not going to be quite dry yet, so you're still going to see those streaks of Mod Podge, but you'll have a good idea of what the finished product will look like. Okay, just get it over each photo. I like to do the entire project first and then Mod Podge over the entire project at the same time. I think that's the way it looks the best. You could do it differently, but I think this is also the fastest, most efficient way to do it. Okay, we're almost done on this side. Then I'll go get that last corner. Okay, so just make sure you get that nice and thin over the whole project. Nice and thin, nice and thin. up here. Almost done. Almost done getting all that Mod Podge on. So this is definitely, you know, you use a lot of Mod Podge in this section of the project. Still not too bad though. Oh. Okay, so I'm up in this top corner here, just getting that last thin coat of Mod Podge all over those photos. You want them to protect the photo. Okay, last photo over here, and then I will show you what this looks like. And if you want to check back on my page later, I will post a photo of it all dried. Okay, so last few photos over here that need a good coat of Mod Podge, and then we're all done. Yes, honey. Okay. Okay, Mod Podge. Last couple photos. You're gonna need one more little glob of Mod Podge and.
Oh,
don't touch it. It'll leave your fingerprint right now if you touch it. Last photo. So this is, I mean, it's gonna look pretty white right now. It's gonna dry clear. So now I'm just gonna go over, see if there's any little globs of Mod Podge that need to be smoothed out. So that's what I'm doing right now. Smoothing out any globs of Mod Podge. Smooth, smooth. Smoothing. Okay, guys. I think we did it. So let me show you what this one looks like. And then if you want to check my page later today, I will show you what it looks like when it's all dry. So there you go. There's our large scale photo collage. It's going to go up in my wall here in just a little bit. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for you guys that were able to jump over after my little faux pas. But I will see you guys. So on Monday, I will be live from Spaceships and Laser Beams. Next Friday, I will be live the same time here on House of Eclectic. Have a good day.